online.
The Arizona Attorney General's office will continue to hold events like this throughout the year to help combat identity theft. In the newsroom, Emily Fox-Millian, Cronkite News.
Welcome back from the break. A woman in Iowa has always loved temporary tattoos, but she's always been too scared to commit to real ink. That is until her 70th birthday.
Now, at the age of 89 years old, she has 4 tattoos and adores every single one. Her latest tattoo addition is an angel. She's a devout Catholic and says her tattoos help bring her closer to church, community, and family. She said she's considering getting a 5th tattoo of a cross, a symbol that means a lot to her and her faith.
That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Max Williams.
And I'm Caitlin Humphrey. Thank you for joining us.
Cronkite News reporter Ari Wall will join us with the U.S. Border Czar's speech at the Capitol today. But first, U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy is here when Aria Nelson has more on why the top health administrator is in the Southwest.
Kennedy held a press conference late this afternoon on his Make America Healthy Again tour. And it's something that state lawmakers are paying attention to. In fact, they voted on 2 bills right here that fit into this agenda just this morning.
In a way that we do not impose on other consumers.
While Republicans are understandably very excited about Kennedy's visit, Democrats just held a press conference with Chris Mays and several other state senators.
The Arizona legislature this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. U.S. Border Czar Tom Homan spoke today in front of members of the House of Representatives and senators about his
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Max Williams. We start with last night when Phoenix native Todd Golden and the Florida Gators won the national championship in a thriller against the Houston Cougars. The Gators won 65-63 after Florida's defense stopped Emmanuel Sharp from getting a shot off 3 seconds before the buzzer. Heartbreaking for Houston. At one point in the second half, the Houston Cougars led Florida by 12 points. And with just 46 seconds left, Florida took the lead for the first time since the first half. Eventually, they took care of business defensively and secured a win. This is the Gators' 3rd national title and its first since winning back-to-back in 2006 and 2007. And it's the first for Golden.
Our defense won us a game tonight. We got 9 straight stops at one point in the middle of the second half. To your point, we held them scoreless the last 2:20. And Walter, great closeout, and Kondo, great hustle play to win the game. And that's what made this team special all year, is that we could win different ways, and we showed that again tonight.
Moving to a more relaxing sport. The Masters tees off this week, and former ASU golfer Jon Rahm will try to win his 2nd green jacket come Sunday. In 2023, Rahm became the 4th Spaniard to win the Masters. And this year, fellow countryman and current ASU player Josele Ballester begins his quest at Augusta. Rahm says the young Ballester has what it takes to succeed at the pro level.
He's got all the athletic genes that he needs to succeed in the game, and a lot of talent. Very, very good player. At the end of the day, it becomes a game of, can you mentally handle it and can you take advantage of the opportunity when you receive it, right? He's got plenty of game, plenty of talent.
Rahm, Ballester, and the rest of the field tee off on Thursday in Augusta. Now moving to the Suns. The Suns open a 3-game homestand against the Warriors tonight. But with 4 games left in the regular season, Phoenix will need to break out of its slump if they want to get a crack at the final play-in spot. The Suns are currently riding a 6-game losing streak. Phoenix currently sits 11th in the Western Conference and 2.5 games back of the Dallas Mavericks for the final play-in spot. With the regular season winding down, the Suns know the stakes are high and that every game is crucial from here on out.
I'm going to say the same thing every time. It's nothing we can really talk about. We just have to go out there and compete and win these games, and we have a shot. So until there's no shot, then I don't think we just got to keep going after it.
I think for us, we're in a position right now where if we win out, we put ourselves in a good spot. If we don't, we don't. So we just got to look at what we can do.
The Suns are still without an injured Kevin Durant, and tip-off at PHX Arena is 7 p.m. tonight. Taking it to Chase Field, the Diamondbacks lost to the Orioles last night 5-1. This was the first of a 3-game series, with the team set to play tonight and tomorrow. And the D-backs offense struggled last night, only scoring 1 run, and they came into this game averaging over 5 runs a game. The D-backs pitching also struggled last night. Snakes pitcher Zach Allen gave up 5 runs in less than 5 innings. He gave up a home run to Ryan O'Hearn in the top of the first, then 4 frames later gave up a 2-run RBI single to Ryan Mountcastle. Well, that's it for this edition of the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Max Williams. Back to Henaro and Caitlin at the desk. U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin spent this morning speaking on the phone to discuss a 30-day ceasefire with Ukraine. The call lasted for over an hour, and Trump and Putin both agreed to a limited ceasefire on energy and infrastructure targets. The White House described the ceasefire as, quote, the first step in a movement to peace. Ukrainian officials were not a part of the discussions and did not immediately respond. Shortly after the call between the two leaders ended, air raid sirens were heard in Kyiv, followed by explosions in the city. Last week, Ukrainian officials agreed to the 30-day ceasefire proposal during a meeting in Saudi Arabia led by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Also today, over 400 Palestinians were killed after Israel sent airstrikes into Gaza. The move comes in the middle of a fragile ceasefire that was started in January. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he ordered the strikes because Hamas rejected proposals to secure a ceasefire extension and planned to elevate military action.
This is just the beginning. We will continue to fight to achieve all the goals of the war. The release of all our hostages, the elimination of Hamas, and the promise that Gaza will no longer pose a threat to Israel.
Netanyahu vowed to use increasing military strength against Hamas.
Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez are set to speak in Mullet Arena on Thursday. Tempe's the next stop on a swing state road trip. Sanders and Cortez are planning to talk about how Democrats have a perceived lack of direction and leadership within the party. The rally is part of what Sanders is calling a fighting oligarchy tour across the country.
Fragments of an old letter are changing how people are viewing William Shakespeare's marriage to Anne Hathaway.
Experts now believe the two were more happily married than previously thought. Hathaway and Shakespeare got married in 1582 and had 3 children together. For centuries, experts thought that William Shakespeare left his family behind when he moved to London. However, new findings from the University of Bristol show that the couple actually lived together for a period of time around the year 1600. Experts also believe this could lead to more revelations about the playwright's life.
That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Ryan Posesnik.
And I'm Emily Fox-Millian. Thank you for joining us. And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.